Ooh, I have some great news. I've published a new book called the CELPIP Speaking Practice Book. I'm really excited about this. I've put a lot of work, a lot of energy into this book. You know, over the past few months, I've met with so many people to help them prepare for their CELPIP exam. And they always tell me the same thing. They say, Mark, there's not enough practice materials out there. You know, I want to see some practice questions, answers, examples. I want to be more confident, more prepared to take the CELPIP test. And a lot of people who I've helped, they failed the test, you know, 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and they say, I need help. Okay, so I've written a CELPIP speaking practice book to help you. I think it's really going to help you. Okay, most people score the lowest on their speaking test. Okay, they do okay listening, writing, reading, and then suddenly speaking, way down. Okay, it's always the lowest. Not always. Sometimes there might be an exception. Okay, but most of the time, people do the worst on their speaking. Okay, so that's why I decided to write a CELPIP speaking book. That way I can help lots of people at the same time instead of just helping one person. Okay, I like helping lots of people at the same time. So I think my book is really going to help you improve your speaking score. Okay, the book has more than 100 questions and answers. Okay, so I designed these questions and I designed my answers as well. You'll see more than 100 of my personal answers to these questions. So I designed these questions to prepare you for what I think could be on the CELPIP exam. Okay, I've tried to prepare you for the range of possibilities that will be on the exam. Okay, so I designed all the pictures in the book myself to help you prepare for different topics. For example, like animals, vehicles, unusual situations, which is task 8. A lot of people have a very hard time with task 8, which is the unusual situations. Okay, so you're gonna see a lot of those pictures, and I give you strategies on how to answer those. Okay, so here's the first page of my book. I say, dear friends, welcome to my CELPIP speaking book. Thank you so much for buying my book and supporting my work. I made this book to help you improve your speaking score. The best way to improve your score is to practice. In this book, you will get lots of practice and useful tips. You will see 4 parts to each question. The question, then tips, then key terms, which is vocabulary, lots and lots of vocabulary. Okay, then you'll see my personal answer to the question. Okay, so more than 100 questions. Each question has 4 parts, like this. Okay, so the first part is the first page, right? The first page is the first part. That's the question. It says describe that scene. Okay, so you have to describe that scene. The second page is my tips on what the best strategy would be to answer that question. And then you're going to see the vocabulary, the words I would recommend using for the question. You're going to learn so much vocabulary from this book. I think you're going to learn hundreds and hundreds of new words. For example, do you know what a skunk is? A skunk. Or do you know what the word howling means? Okay, so these kinds of words are really going to help you. I think the biggest problem people have with the CELPIP speaking part of the test is that their vocabulary is not broad enough. They don't know enough specific words, especially for, task 8, where you have to really know specific things like parts of an animal, parts of a car, how to describe unusual things. Okay, you're going to learn a lot of vocabulary to help you with those things. then you're going to see my answer. Okay, so every question I have an answer. It took me a long time to write my answers in this book because I wanted to help you understand the best way to answer these questions. And I think after you see more than 100 of my answers, I think you're going to be a lot more prepared, a lot more confident. You're going to know what to say, what not to say. So many people say things that are just terrible. I've practiced with a lot of people, and sometimes I just, I cringe at the way they answer the questions. Okay, so once you see my answers, you're going to sort of develop, get in the pattern of how you should answer these questions. Okay, so you're going to see all these 4 things for each question, and I think that's really, really going to help you. Okay, now my book is laid out in the same format as the CELPIP speaking test, right? Task 1, Task 2, Task 3, Task 4. Okay, there's 8 tasks on the CELPIP speaking test. So my book just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then it starts again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so more than 100 questions. So you're going to get, your brain is going to be filled with CELPIP speaking tasks. It's going to be great. You're going to be so ready for the test. Okay, so how can you get this book? Well, you can get it on my website. My website is www.metv.cool. Actually, you don't need the www. You can just type metv.cool into your address bar, and then it'll take you to my website. Now, when you're on my website, you'll just see here, CELPIP Speaking Book. Just click that book, and then it will take you to where you can buy the book and download it. It's a very easy process. Okay, so everything about this book is simple. Okay, the buying it is simple, but also using the book is very simple. Just one page has a question, another page has my tips, another page has the vocabulary, my answer. Okay, so it's very easy to use this book. I hope this book helps you a lot. Hey, I put a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of thought into this book. So if it helps you, please let me know down there in the comments how it helped you, what maybe you learned from the book. I would love to get some feedback on this. So I'm really excited to share this book with you. Hey, and I want to know, which CELPIP materials have you purchased already? Now, I know on the CELPIP website, they have a bunch of different resources. So I want to know which materials have you already purchased, and which ones have you found helpful? Which ones, did you find not so helpful? Let me know that down there in the comments so that I can give better advice to people. Okay, so let me know your answer to these questions down there, and I'll see you over in the next episode of Mad English TV. Take care.